Exactly.
Well done, Max Keiser. MaxKeiser.com. We're going to come back, talk about where he sees all this going, and again, in layman's terms, what inflation means, how bad he thinks it'll get. The G20 calls it coordinated devaluation worldwide. They order it. Countries start the devaluation race, and they go, oh my gosh, there's a currency war. Quick, give us more power. We'll fix it.
We're on the march. The empire's on the run. Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.
You may be arrested and/or subject to other police action.
Tyranny is here. The grim future foretold in 1984 has become reality.
It really says that the state is God.
The United States is now recognized globally as one of the most oppressive police states on Earth. This film conclusively proves the existence of a secret network of FEMA camps, now being expanded nationwide. This documentary exposes how the continuity of government program has established an all-powerful shadow state. Police State 4 chronicles the sickening depths to which our republic has fallen. Prepare to enter the secretive world of emergency dictatorship. Body scanners, sound cannons, citizen spies, stage terror, and cameras on every street corner. It's only the beginning of the New World Order's hellish plan. The police state isn't coming. It's here. Secure your copy today at Infowars.com or see it online in the highest quality at PrisonPlanet.tv.
You've heard Alex explain how the Silver Lungs generator infuses the respiratory system with your self-produced colloidal silver solutions, yet many are unaware of the entire function of the Silver Lungs system and how it has been designed to deliver your silver solutions anywhere in or on the body. My name is Mario Cifaldi, and I'm the developer of the Silver Lungs generator. Not only does the Silver Lungs system produce endless colloidal and ionic silver solutions, it also comes equipped with the proper applicators and devices needed to deliver your silver solutions directly to key target areas. This includes the eyes, ears, nose, lungs, topically to the skin, and orally for the digestive system. Be sure to watch our new 7-minute video tour of the Silver Lungs system at www.silverlungs.com to learn more about how the Silver Lungs system works. As well, we are always ready to answer any questions you may have. That's www.silverlungs.com.
Hundreds of nations have fallen to tyranny in the last century alone. This is our last chance to not relive history.
As we're finishing off this agenda, they'll be pulling the rug from underneath Americans at home.
They have tremendous influence on our president and Congress, and they really are calling the shots.
I think it's incumbent upon all of us as American citizens to pay attention.
Fall of the Republic identifies the enemies of our nation, the criminal offshore cartel, hell-bent on destroying sovereignty, and on its ashes constructing world government.
Tim Geithner, Bernanke, they're arsonists. They're asking for more matches. And the Congress is saying, who do we make the check out to?
Today seems like nobody does care. And right now in Washington, D.C., we have seen a fall of the Republic.
Get your copy of Fall of the Republic on DVD at Infowars.com or watch it online right now in super high quality at PrisonPlanet.tv.
From the front lines of the information war, it's Alex Jones.
Megyn Kelly, the same, this just in, I'm a ditzy blonde, on Fox News, the one that's demonizing the Irish family in New Hampshire. She was just reporting during the break that Rand Paul may not take part in the next debate. And I think that's a good idea. The media will spin it that he's afraid. He's already done 4. I mean, Rick Perry's refused to debate White in the governor's race, and that hasn't been that big of an issue. He's done 4. This guy next will probably claim Rand's a murderer. And, you know, he's a disgraceful creature that he's running against. And so I think it's a good idea for Rand Paul. In fact, I was thinking that this morning that, well, they don't need my advice, but they need to just not do the debate. He's already done 4. That's enough with Conway. And so that's a done deal. We're going back to Max Keiser in T-minus 3 minutes. We're going to get to some of your calls as well. We'll get into whatever else Max thinks is important on the radar and talk about inflation and where he sees gold going. But first, I wanted to tell you about one of our great sponsors. With all of this insanity going on and the depression and the recession and all the things that are developing, the recession going into depression, I believe in storable foods and the high-quality place to get them where you can get a great discount. and a whole bunch of different food lines, non-GMO, non-hybrid. Everything's from right here in America. It's all fresh. To be technical, the bananas are not from here because you can't really grow those here. But the point is efoodsdirect.com. You'll never stand in a bread line if you have your own bread. The letter E, foodsdirect.com, or give them a call, get a free brochure, or ask any questions. 800-409-5633. 800-409-5633. This is insurance you can eat. It's made fresh every month. A lot of the stuff out there on the market, I'm not bashing, their competitors. It's just true, are selling 4, 5, 10-year-old garbage. And there's some other good outfits there as well. I know this is good places where I get my food. efoodsdirect.com, 800-409-5633. All right, we're going to Max Keiser in 2 minutes. But there's been a lot of gold news today. They tried to drive down gold, but every time they do, it just pops up higher than ever. It's way up again today, and it's because of dollar devaluation and many other issues. But I believe gold has started its long march to the moon. As Steve Schenck put it in an ad for food, he was talking about that's a term I'm stealing. And I just want people to get to look at getting involved in gold and silver now before $1,380 an ounce looks inexpensive. Just like $1,000 looks inexpensive. Or when, gold was $300 and then went up to $500, $300 looked inexpensive. And he's also got some great deals on silver, but he's about to run out on the stuff he got a few weeks ago, and then prices will go up. Ted, briefly, tell us what's in gold news and give us today's best offers.
Well, you said it right. I mean, gold hit $1,369.70 this morning before it came racing right back up to $1,381.10. Bloomberg right now has an article out there that says gold futures erase loss on COMEX in New York. Here's one out of Reuters, and it says gold rebounds from early lows as dollar eases. I mean, obviously the dollar is still falling. You're right about that. There's a lot of things that are going on, a lot of news that is out there. Presently, right now, you still are able to buy the Walking Liberty halves at $11.77. $2.99 for the Franks, which give you a full year subscription to the International Forecaster. There's no question about it. Everybody should take and read the Creature from Jekyll Island. We're still offering that package at $19.95 plus $6.50 for shipping and handling. That gives you a real silver dollar that was used as currency here in the United States back at the turn of the century, but also gives you a 600-page book which describes what's going on with the Fed and what's getting us into this mess in the first place. So I think that's just a fabulous deal.
Well, I don't think it's a fabulous deal. $19.95 for a silver dollar, you won't be able to get anywhere but for $25, $26 and a $19.95 book. I know you're buying those books for $12 a piece. So, we're talking here, you've got like $35 into this and you're selling it for $26, that's shipping included. That's insane. 800-686-2237, 800-686-2237. But you told me this weekend, Ted, you're about to go up on that silver dollar Jekyll Island deal. 800-686-2237. You've got the Franks, you've got the Sovereigns, you've got a whole bunch of other great coins at amazing prices. But it's about to go up because you're running out of the gold that you bought when it was lower.
Yeah. Buffaloes, Eagles. I mean, you just name it. Bars of gold, Perth Mint, Swiss Credit. We have bags of junk silver. There's lots of different things that we carry.
What about that silver half dollar? Where's that at?
That particular coin right now is at $11.77, and that was the price that when you looked on eBay about a month ago when gold was trading closer to $1,180 an ounce. So.
800-686-2237. Take advantage now. Thank you, Ted.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Alex.
All right, going back to Max Keiser. Max, I want to get into what inflation is going to do and your expert view of MaxKeiser.com. But before we do that, here's the latest PrisonPlanet.com article. Americans buying guns in preparation for civil unrest. Interest in purchasing silver and food stamps also skyrockets in anticipation of economic collapse. And I'm not sure what that means. Interest in purchasing silver and food stamps also skyrockets in anticipation of economic collapse. I'm going to have to read the full article to find out exactly what he's. I guess they're buying some type of food certificate. I guess he's got links to all of this being announced in the article at PrisonPlanet.com. But let's talk about what this economy is going to do, where you see it going, Max Keiser.
Well, let me give you some breaking news, something that's just hitting the radar now. It's come out that Germany, which has 3,000 tons of gold, as opposed to, they're one of the biggest gold holders in the world, bigger than, they've got 6,000 tons, bigger than China, bigger than every country except the U.S. Now, here's the deal. 66% of Germany's gold is held in the New York Fed in New York City. That means roughly 3,400 tons of Germany's gold is held in New York City. Now, when I was in the Bundesbank a couple of years ago, I asked them about this, and they confirmed the fact that, yes, Germany has their gold. James Turk, big gold expert, confirms this. Jim Rickards, who's quoted widely and believes we're going back to a gold standard, brought up the possibility that the U.S. will commandeer Germany's gold as the result of the world going back to some kind of gold-backed currency, so that the U.S. is going to commandeer all the gold that they hold at the New York Fed, which equals a total of 6,000 tons, giving the U.S. a total of 14,000 tons, and the U.S. produces 20% of the output of gold every year. The U.S. becomes a huge gold player. So this quantitative easing, this money printing, if it fails, if it doesn't work, if prices continue to collapse, Plan B is that the U.S. is going to go to a gold-backed currency, and they're going to commandeer all the gold held in the New York Fed on behalf of these foreign entities. And this will set up, obviously, a huge antagonism between America and mostly these European countries that store their gold in the U.S. And so remember when Nixon took America off the gold standard in 1971, France sent in warships to the New York harbor to pick up their gold. Germany didn't do it. UK didn't do it. They still have gold on deposit at the New York Fed. But France had to send in their warships. So that's the kind of action we can anticipate once it becomes clear that quantitative easing has failed, QE2 has failed. The U.S. is going to hit the Plan B, which is let's go to a gold standard. And by the way, we own 6,000 tons of gold that you think you own. That gives us a total of 14,000 tons of gold. We have the world's dominant currency backed by gold. Everyone else can go, it can get lost. And that's what's going to drive the price of gold. Not only are the economic factors going to drive the price of gold, but there's a political factor as antagonisms flare up, trade wars heat up, and now we're going to have this currency war heat up because around the world folks are fighting the currency war. They're trying to drive their own currency lower as a way to compete with each other. They shoot themselves in the head by driving their own currency lower. If all that fails, as of course it has to fail, then we're talking gold standard, and then we're talking commandeer of all this gold, and there we are sitting on the doorstep of global conflict.
So going back to this issue, Max, that I was just bringing up, of Americans buying guns in preparation for civil unrest, rushing into silver and gold, and more people going on food stamps. It's close to, 43 million right now. I understand the international response you're talking about, but what about what's going to happen here at the ground level?
Well, I don't live there, do I, Alex? That should be your clue as to what I think.
Yeah, but, people are protesting by the millions in France where you're at. You guys, you're always saying, look at the U.S., and we are the epicenter, but it's run by the similar system. Europe's having big problems, too. And, of course, as the U.S. gets sucked down, that's going to suck down Europe and China, and then it becomes just, all a black hole situation. But I understand you don't live here, Max, but, clearly the fact that we saw record gun purchases 2 years ago with the election of Obama, and now it's accelerating.
Yeah, but that's kid stuff. Guns, pop guns. In France, they cut people's heads off. You don't understand, Alex. The comments that were made earlier were bogus for the following reason. People saying, in France, the people are on the streets, they're waving a Che Guevara poster, it's all communism. You don't understand, Alex. The government fears the people in France. The reason why the French people have, by every study, the highest standard of living in the world, work the least hours of anyone in the world, and have the highest productivity of anyone in the world, is because they're always on the street fighting their government. And if the government doesn't comply, they cut their freaking heads off. They're serious here. In America, they got the pop guns, they got their zip guns. They think they're tough, but they're actually pussies in America. They don't know how to fight a government.
Max, I understand.
The allied against them. They have no capacity to fight their own government or to fight for their freedom over there.
Okay, settle down.